Hey everyone, Nubkeks here. Welcome back to Heroes of the Storm. Got another really cool game for you here today. Gonna be playing actually Valeera, one of I think the most interesting, exciting, and cool heroes in the game. I think I told you the story in the last episode of Lucio and how playing Lucio up to level 5 was like one of my least enjoyable moments in Heroes of the Storm ever, because we're in quick match. There's really nothing to learn from quick match in terms of strategy, and the hero is so simple mechanically that, you know, the only interesting stuff about Lucio comes in when you're actually playing like in a decent quality game, and then you can make cool plays happen. Valeera is pretty much the opposite of that, in the sense that there's a lot of cool plays that you can make happen for sure, but she's got so much mechanical complexity in her kit. There's so much stuff going on. It's actually really, really cool. Excuse me, I'm choking, by the way. The team captain we did not get on well with in a game earlier on the day I recorded this. That was actually on stream, and he trolled me for picking Murky. He's banned out Murky this time around, so I don't know if that's to prevent me from playing Murky or our teammates from playing Murky, or if he actually realized that, hey, Murky's actually fairly good now. Probably a fairly good map, Warhead Junction for Murky as well. Merc camps for him to bribe, he can split push pretty effectively, and it tends to go quite late on this one, and he's a very terrible hero early on in the game, but very strong later in the game. You often probably wouldn't have the lanes to punish him too much. I don't know, interesting thoughts. But anyway, we're going to be playing Valeera. The enemy team grabs Falstad. And yeah, I'll be talking you through the decision-making process with Valeera, what's going on, the talents, the playstyle, everything like that. I actually think there's probably a few different talent builds, and a few different choices, so we'll kind of talk about the pros and cons of each talent here as we get there. Excuse me, got a bit of a cough here, but Falstad is a fairly decent hero for us to attempt to destroy as Valeera. He's very squishy, so he's a pretty legitimate kill target for us. And we'll see what the rest of the enemy team pick up. We've already got Dahaka ourselves and a Varian. I think we've got a very nice composition, though theirs is pretty good too. Artanis is okay. He's a master Artanis, so that's kind of good for them. But whether or not the Artanis actually works here or not, I'm not sure. I think Varian is good into Artanis. And I mean, if we get Li Ming, the Artanis won't be that fantastic really, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I think he does end up picking Vala. Enemy team struggling to find something to ban. They ban out Tychus. I think that's the smartest ban, actually. I think Tychus would fit very well. Tychus compared to Vala, yeah. I feel like Vala is more reliant on support than Tychus is. Tychus is more independent. He's got more range. So yeah, that would be a good thing to... I think, you know, Tychus, I'd like him more so with double warriors and against double warriors. I prefer Vala if they're supports. But Tychus works well in both circumstances. Anyway, letting the teammate know, the team captain know that the enemy team has good Zeratul players. The dude Holy Slasher, I think he'll feature in the Morales video, which I think I'm planning to bring out after this one. I'm kind of trying to structure this week in a way where the sequence of... Because I've got a bunch recorded already. I'm trying to structure it in a way that there's going to be pretty much a Roach Grandmaster every day. But it should be kind of interesting in terms of there'll be a mix of like supports and assassins and warriors and stuff like that. I actually don't know if there's warriors. There's one actually. It's mostly supports and assassins for whatever reason. But yeah, your man Holy Slasher, he's in the I think he's in the Morales video, and he's very good at Zeratul. So Zeratul's good on this map. I think Zeratul's probably very good against Valeera as well. So we'll remove that. They grab Alarak and Arthas, which is unusual. Our teammate picks Tyrande as a solo support, which is interesting. I did check his profile afterwards because I was somewhat curious about the choice, and it's his most played hero, so that's why. Valuing comfort over what would probably be the better pick, but it's fine. We do have like a bit of a single target blow up type thing going on with Tyrande, Valeera, and Varian. The enemy team then is able to grab Malf, which sucks for us, but we'll see what we can do. See, this is kind of interesting. I don't have a ton of like viable kill targets. The Arthas is particularly annoying because he's got that area of effect damage around him, so he can only use the first second of stealth against Arthas, where we're unrevealable. So that kind of sucks. But we'll see how things go. Oh, you can see, by the way, we switched over to the Murky portrait in celebration of the new patch. That's how we roll. But yeah, this should be pretty interesting. The Valeera is an unusual pick here, I think. As is Tyrande, and then we've got a Vala with the Tyrande only to support her. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. We do have good like kill pressure, and they don't have a ton of burst healing. So yeah, it's definitely an interesting game. A difficult game, definitely on Valeera. but a pretty interesting one. Level 1, in terms of talents, guys, I actually think they're all really good. It's one of those talent tiers where I like them all. So Vigor, the first choice, you know, collecting regen globes. That's good for like long sustained fights. I think it's a bit overrated. I think it's the most popular one. I don't think it's worth all that. I think in this game I do grab Subtlety. If you do get a Subtlety proc, Subtlety is better than Vigor. The problem with Subtlety is that it requires you to be in stealth for a few seconds. And you'll see that oftentimes you're like not doing that. You're just popping into stealth to instantly activate like your stun or something. You're rarely sitting in stealth for too long. But I think, you know, in the early game for some ganks and stuff, I think it can be worthwhile. For example, we're going to have Subtlety right now. I wanted to stun the Falstad, but we hit the Alarak, so that's unfortunate. Try to kill the Falstad, but we get pulled back by the Alarak. Yes, that kind of sucks, but we do get one kill coming in. Get a stun on the Varian, blow him up as well, which is nice. Turn around, get some damage on the Malf, but he is able to walk away. But yeah, a fairly common Valeera combo that you can't actually do with this talent. Huh, nice kill. Whoops, poor Falstad. Rip. Is to like Q forwards, pop your stealth, then pop a stun. Alternatively as well, you've got the option of like, if you go for a Q build at level 7 and sorry, ambush build I should say to be more clear, at level 7 and 13, getting that teleport ambush for big damage out of stealth, you're probably going to use that to like instantly pop it and teleport. So oftentimes you're not actually staying in stealth long enough for Subtlety to be worth it, but when you are, it's definitely worthwhile. You can see, for example, right there, trying to use the dash stealth stun combo on the Falstad to get a bit of damage down on him, but he did step back in time to avoid that. Other options, I think the block talent level 1 is actually really good if they've got like a block heavy team. Here we go, getting in on the Falstad, surprising him. We get some decent damage. He actually gets some good damage in return though. Try to turn things around once again. I think he hits me with the Q. Yeah, we really need to sidestep that Q. It's pretty bad to be hit by that. So we actually walk away the worst for the trade because of that Q hitting us. But our support is here. Vala died in the meantime. But support here, we have a relatively good chance to sustain through this and to push. And she's healed us up, which is nice. Gonna sit in stealth here, seeing as we have that Subtlety talent at level 1. And see if we cannot get a bit of a gank off. Just checking the other talents here, making sure we can keep track of those. Trying to zone this out and just keep vision. This is pretty awkward for us to try to attempt here. Just waiting. We're waiting for Vala to get back. Gonna pick up initiative at level 4, which gives us 2 combo points whenever we use an attack from stealth, which is actually really good. Do some decent damage to the Arthas, but unfortunately Varian does go down. There's also a scouting drone from the Malf, and the enemy team has got really good position. So we're just going to leave here and come down to bottom lane to soak. I think our teammate gives out to us because of this. I think it is the correct choice to back up, though. Being a hero down, Vala does die. Oh, that's why she was giving out to me, because she died. She's pissed off. All right, cool. But yeah, basically, I mean, Varian died. They were up a hero. As Valeera, like, there's really nothing we can do if they're all clumped up like that. They've got Arthas, they've got a Malf with scouting drone. I mean, I could stay, but there's nothing I could do, really. If I stayed, I probably would have died. Actually, speaking of dying, Varian is going to die, which is a huge mistake. I have no idea what's going on right here, to be honest. Going to get some decent damage on the our Alarak. Don't want to really commit. We actually walk into a route, but it's not a big deal because the enemy team was backing up. Just looking to put a bit of harass and just scare them off. Give our teammates time to respawn so that they can come in, and then with actual heroes there, we can like contest the nuke launch attacks and stuff like that. But yeah, there's no point in staying there mid. We went and we soaked a big wave of XP instead of just futilely attempting to stop them doing that. And we're going to stealth in here. Actually didn't do my combo very well. That's one thing actually that I found with this Valeera game, because it's like the first Valeera game. I played one on PTR there. I played her up to level 5. I don't think I've actually played her in rank before this game. I haven't played much on her, but definitely, especially like with that level 4 talent, getting 2 combo points from stealth and the different builds. It's actually quite a different like sequence of abilities with the different builds and like working out then the different ways you can do things. It takes a bit of getting used to, and definitely in this game, I noticed that there was a few times I messed up the combo. For example, in that fight up there, I think I hit him with a stun, then a Sinister Strike, then a Blade Flurry. And then I didn't have the energy for Eviscerate. We wasted an extra combo point generation. We're waiting here. Falstad is blind apparently, which is really good for us. I think I missed my Q on him as well, which is really bad. So He almost killed us. Kind of panicked and thought that the Q would do more damage. We do kill Malfurion as well, who got caught in the rotation by our teammates. Well played by them. And we pick up the kill. So, yeah, that the movement around the map worked out really well there. I did misplay the thing against the Falstad, though. You really need to actually hit the Q against the hero. It's really important because it gives you a combo point and it does damage. And yeah, then you get energy value out of your Eviscerate because you want to hit it with 3 combo points only. And we also, oh, by the way, took Slice and Dice at level 7. Whenever we do a full combo point Eviscerate, it improves our attack speed by 150% for 3 seconds. Or sorry, for 3 attacks. So it's really important that we actually land our Qs and get stuff off. There is one fight at one stage on a Malf, we'll see that when it happens, where I'm pretty sure I actually did hit the Q on him. It looked like we dashed around him. I caught that when I was reviewing the footage. I'm curious to see it again in this video. I couldn't quite make my mind up when I watched it back, but it looked kind of dodgy, but oh well. Gonna do some wave clear here as Varian dies once again. Bit of a theme in this game. Our teammates get a kill in return though, so that's pretty good. We should have a pretty good spot for actually pressuring this top nuke quite substantially. They've got a couple of heroes down bottom against Dahaka. I think one is... Falstad was nearby, I'm not sure where he is now. Anyways, considering going in for this, gonna start channeling it. There's an Artanis there. Need to make sure not to get hit by him. Pick up Smoke Bomb at level 10. We got Heroics. Just being cautious. Yeah, you see, there's a Falstad flying in, so we can bide our time. Vala's gonna arrive in a second. Malf's on the way. Here we go. Hit Malf. Look at that. I'm pretty sure I had my mouse on the Malfurion. I pressed Q and we like dashed around. I don't know, maybe I moved it, but to me it looked very much like we actually hit that. I don't know what happened. Got a bit overzealous chasing the Falstad there. Actually puts me in a rough spot. Luckily the root misses. Actually, no, it doesn't. We get swapped back into it and get hit. That sucks. Tron does go down, but Dahaka is arriving. We actually take a hit there. Not enough health because of that to come back in. Yeah, I just got a little bit greedy going for an extra dash after the Falstad. Should have taken the damage on him and backed out. That's one thing about Valeera. It's about being patient and taking your victories where you find them. There we go. Wait for Artanis to come back in and we hit him with our Q. Falstad's looking for a pick here. He's going to regret that. We dash in, go into stealth, hit him with a cheap shot, and we don't even need to hit him with our Eviscerate. He's just already dead. Varian charging in. That would have been another kill, except the charge got interrupted by the root. Feels bad, man. Have to dodge this. Once again, not the perfect use of the abilities right there. And Vala gets picked off by Alarak. Nice stun from Durant, helping to keep me alive. Also a misplay going into stealth and panic instead of dashing out of the suppression pulse. It obviously was nowhere near killing us, but you know, we should have done that instead. Varian is dead again. Rough spot where they're fighting. There's actually 3 nukes on the ground right there. Everyone is just dying. It's a pretty chaotic game. But that was a really good move against the Falstad. It looked like he had it, but kind of showing off the power of Valeera, and then the sudden burst of damage you can put out using your dash forwards, and then the big chunk of damage he's able to do. It's pretty impressive. We need to be very careful here. There's 5 enemy heroes. There's only 4 of us. In fact, well, with Vala only arriving, there's only 3 of us. We're actually pretty happy with that Gust back. That actually helps us immensely. We walk in and we kill a Malfurion, which is nice. We're unrevealable here. I don't think we can even be seen by the stealth drone because we're, you know, unrevealable. We do eventually kill the Alarak. It was a good counter-strike by him to pick off the Vala, making the most of his death. Pretty impressive stuff. And we're going to grab this nuke. Alright, yeah, but I was so pissed off when I watched the video back looking at that Malfurion fight. I was like, God damn it, really... if we'd hit that Q on the Malfurion, like right at this position here where we were earlier when we caught him in the rotation, if we hit that Q, we'd have got the Q damage, extra combo point, extra Eviscerate damage, it would have been dead, and then this whole game would have been going on a different course. We are ahead though, but I mean, it would have been a little bit better. Anyway, using our ambush on the minions, that's always something worth doing, give you a little bit of extra damage. And I did pick up at level 13 Elusiveness, increasing your move speed by 10% while you're cloaked. So a total of 20% bonus move speed. Pretty comparable to a mount, which is 30% bonus. And yeah, it's a pretty nice tool to bring to the fight. I do think I'm actually leaning a bit more towards Assassinate and Death from Above now, actually, with the P2R changes. I'm actually really liking those, which is your Q does way more damage to targets who are isolated, which is really easy to pull off, and then your Q teleports you. It's pretty slick. Of course, you give up the opportunity to use your cheap shot, on heroes in fights. But with cheap shot being nerfed a little bit, I think it's worthwhile. It's by the way, it's only a 1.25 second stun now. It did get reduced. We're making our way down to the team. That's a really good Starfall and a really good Rain of Vengeance. So this is actually looking pretty good for us. It was a bad fight, but our team have actually pulled it off fairly well. Varian's in a lot of trouble. We should be able to save him. Stun this guy. Again, I think I messed up right there. We didn't get a full combo, which is pretty bad. We'll eventually kill him. Maybe not. Gonna have to go into this. He has too many shields for us to actually kill without pulling off our combo correctly. But that was definitely a problem in this game. For me, was getting the... I think on my Q aim was for some reason off. Like the Sinister Strike dash thing. I don't know. I just not positioning it quite correctly. So I think there's a few times where I just missed the dash and then fire off a really weak Eviscerate, and then we kind of lose the fight because of that. So that was definitely a problem. Anyway, we do pretty well here. We're watching the minimap, by the way. We see all the heroes are there. Grand. We'll just nuke this. We'll want to nuke something a bit more important, but hey, we'll take the XP. Actually, no, it doesn't quite kill the fort. Well, Vala will kill it, so it's fine. We'll take a little bit of XP. It's fine. And map presence. Well, she'll eventually kill it. Anyway, team starting the boss. We're pinging to take our own boss, which I think is a good idea. At this stage, there's no point actually in me going to the boss. I'm kind of far away. Valeera also doesn't really do much boss damage. So I think, you know, they're obviously doing theirs. I think the obvious thing for me to do is just to take the vision point and then like soak a bit of XP in middle. But the vision will protect my team from any potential rotation. When I come up here, just ambush the minions, why the hell not? And yeah, I mean, moving forwards, I would definitely consider switching this build up for, you know, maybe like a different level 1 talent, and then like the Q talents, the ambush talents at 7 and 13, I think would work really well too. I've been liking subtlety. It's obviously very niche and situational. You'll probably see that there's a lot of times you don't actually proc it, but whenever you do proc it, it's immensely valuable. So it's one of those tough decisions. Expertly walking into both swings of the Falstad Q. Should get a medal for that. Ah, our Vala walks into only one. Outplayed by me. Or I mean, she outplayed me. Feels bad. Level 16, I did grab Expose Armor, which I think overall is really good. I think Thistle Tea is a very good option as well. I think Rupture is pretty terrible. And Seal Fate is actually not terrible either. But you don't take Seal Fate if you've got Initiative. It's a waste, right? It's a waste. Because your cheap shot gives you 2 combo points. So that's it. Seal Fate, sorry, make sure Sinister Strike, your dash, generate an additional combo point against stun targets. And silenced and rooted and stuff like that. CC targets basically. So it's not actually any good with initiative at level 4, so you don't want to take that. And we scare away the Falstad, which is nice. Our teammates move in and actually pick up a kill. We're all very low. Ooh, that was very close. He almost died right there. Unfortunately, you cannot right click the visiony thingy while you're in stealth. You have to cancel stealth manually. That's nice. We move in. He is dead. We're actually going to take a big hit there from the counter strike. Can't move out of it because it's a very good route. And now I think he went in Falstad Hammer. No, it was just Lightning Surge from Alarak. Well played by him and the Malf. Good synergies there. Vala moves in. Doesn't quite get the kill. Varian wants to push the keep. That would be an extremely bad idea. It would be a really bad idea. I think they just die. I definitely back. Vala with no mana. Outmanned. It would be a really bad idea. The Varian in this game was pretty crappy. I gotta be honest. I don't know what this dude was thinking. He was like... This was not his game. Let's put it that way. This was definitely not Varian's game. But yeah, Thistle Tea at level 16 is pretty damn good, but it's an extra button, so I just not bothered. Valeera's already complicated enough. This is the thing, right? If you're already concentrating on a hero's mechanics and you're not fully on point with them, don't make the hero more difficult. Unless it's really, really worth it. And I don't think that taking Thistle Tea is worth it enough. I think Expose Armor is good enough. His Talarak is out of position. Sidestep that, make sure we don't get hit by it, and he goes down. He tries to channel the nuke. We're going to start picking it up. Actually, Malf's going to interrupt us. What a jerk. Falstad's up top. We can maybe at this point look for a fight. We're actually going to look for a fight. Get the Arthas. He does have his level 4 thing, giving him a stun. You can see as well that we used a W when we should use an E right there. Not used to this particular build. I've been using the energy reduction on the Q before in the last few games. But I was actually going to get focused down and killed. Stahaka and never came here, so that made it kind of rough. We got out-rotated. Anyway, I'm lurking in stealth. Hello. Malf is almost dead. Yeah, Malf is dead. And yeah, this is like the Valeera playstyle. It's like waiting for your opportunity, finding people who are out of position, and then punishing them very much for doing so. There we go. We actually pulled off the combo correctly that time, and we help our teammates pick up the kill on Arthas. But it's like lurking around, looking for people who are out of position. It's a really cool playstyle. It's really, really cool. It's like working around your energy bar, your combo point generation, your stealth cooldown. And yeah, just waiting for people to be out of position. Like, there's a few times in this game where, like, we'd be outmanned, and you can still go in and get a kill and punish people. Because you're Valeera and that's what you do. I don't know, I like it a lot. I think it's pretty damn cool. Looking for the Artanis here in case he's going to try to do some flip shenanigans. Decide not to. Going to ambush this and just help Fairy and kill it. And yeah, at this stage that should be a dead keep down bottom. We're not realistically going to finish through there. The enemy team does still have 2 nukes, so we could try to find people who are using them and try to spot them. Dahaka's burrowing on up top. I believe that was a bad bush to choose, and Falstad is long gone. Not sure where the other enemy team members are. We're actually nuking a mid-fort. Maybe a little bit of a waste. I'm just waiting here looking for people. Can we catch them in the flank? There's the Artanis. I was going to see if anyone was being a bit greedy in terms of their positioning. They were not. Varian is a little bit caught out. We're going to come over here, do some damage. Do some decent damage to the mouth. We go unrevealable, which is somewhat worthwhile. Miss the dash, which is a bit of a problem. We stealth again. We stun our Artanis, or not Artanis, excuse me, Arthas. Similar names, so difficult. We get pulled back and we get picked off. It's not a great fight for us overall. Maybe it's a little bit impatient right there in terms. Well, it was tough because Varian got so caught out of position. I meant to ping like on the Falstad that they could kill him, but they did. So it was a missed ping from me. Let's just watch this fight. This is a big mistake to focus on the Alarak. I think if they focused the Arthas, we would have won. Instead, because they moved forwards, Vala got caught in the damage of Arthas. It's a slow, so Arthas was able to stick to her. They didn't have enough damage to kill the Alarak. I think definitely if they just kited the Arthas, I mean, Varian can go in and stun him and stuff. But if they focused Arthas, I think they would have won that fight. Instead, they did kill Arthas. But ultimately, we lost, 3 heroes for 1. So it wasn't that good in the end. But yeah, trying to kill the Alarak was a bit too much. Arthas would have been better to focus on. It was a close fight, though. And they did well to kill the Falstad, so there's that. There's that. It's better than the usual Masters level play. So I show you guys on YouTube the best games. You don't get to see all the rubbish games. It's a bit ambitious there to go for a tongue, but I mean, there's nothing else happening for a while, so why not? If he did hit the tongue, on the off chance that Alarak screwed up, that would have been a kill, so that would have been pretty fantastic. Anyway, the enemy team is almost definitely doing the boss. We got a lot of people dead. Obviously, we're not going to try contest it, because that would be crazy. We just die, so not going to bother. Dahaka's actually going to go in. Like I said, we just die. They really want to go in here. I mean, Varian is still dead. Vala's not there yet. The enemy team is actually pushed off. I have no idea what just happened. Why are they so scared? Alright, the enemy team screwed up. That's a really big mistake. I think they figured that, Dahaka, there's no way he'd actually go in alone, but they could have easily done that. I don't know what happened right there. It's weird. Come in from behind. Again, misplaying the thing, use an extra ability we didn't need to. I was trying to nuke as well in the middle of the fight. We do get gusted back, so the nuke actually doesn't hit. Which I have no idea why they didn't take the boss right there. They really should have. It's kind of bizarre. I mean, they've got gust as well. I think they just thought he was so far out of position, there's no way he would go, that far. Good damage down on... oh, Falstad actually looking for us, doesn't quite get us. We're creating a lot of pressure just being behind the enemy team. They're kind of freaking out, trying to worry about me. Hello, friends. I messed up my combo so much in this game, watching it back. Pretty awkward. We had good ideas with the positioning for the most part, but we really screwed up a lot of the combos. Pick up 1. Almost died to him. Go into stealth just in time and kill him. Nice triple kill. We only lost Varian. So that's 3 for 1. That's really good. That was very close. Think got a little bit crazy right there. Things are getting a bit crazy right now. But yeah, that was pretty lucky. I mean, just definitely not on point with my abilities. Not making the use out of my level 4 talent. And then it's actually working out against us. I wanted to do enough damage so that the tower would actually die. And this was hilarious. These people are freaking out over everything. And there's just shot calling from both sides. Yeah, this is hilarious. I want you to watch like the decision making for the next bit, because this is where things go horribly wrong, right? So the obvious thing to do, the best thing to do, honestly realizing in hindsight is a bit easier. I didn't know what was going on in this game, because there's just like everyone is talking and saying different things. I was like, what the fuck's going on? I don't fucking know. Fuck, this is crazy. But yeah, we just go top boss, bottom boss, core, win the game. Maybe even pick up some nukes if they spawn on the way. Now they want to take the bruiser camp. I mean, I think the Haka is right here. Top boss, bottom boss, core. The enemy team has to deal with the top boss. We're just moving with our team. It's like, because Valeera is so complicated and I was needing to concentrate so much, because I've just not played her. Like, it was just, you know, I couldn't actually get involved with the shot calling or pay too much attention. It was like, guys, you need to handle the shot calling. I need to handle playing this hero correctly because I can improve my mechanics on her. And we need to take it from there. Stun the Alarak. Big gust comes out though. You can see we're not really going to get anything out of this. And now we're in a rough spot. We're pushing in really deep. The keep does go down. It would have gone down, I think, anyway. Oh, just about. We could certainly have gotten a boss and put on a lot of pressure. Nice damage on Arthas, and he does go down, which is fantastic. Pick up another kill. I think the Eviscerate hit him while Counter-Strike was active. Oops. Nice, dash forward, stun, the Malf, he gets taunted as well and he's just dead. Nice little blow-up combo. Which, that was pretty messy shot calling here coming into the end. Once again, we pull off the combo correctly right there and get a kill, which is great. But yeah, I think top boss, bottom boss, and core would have been good. In this sense, we took the top boss and I think taking top boss and pushing in is pretty much the worst out of all the options, right? It's pretty much the worst out of we kill him on the end as well. So, it was a pretty interesting game. It was a lot of fun. Valeera's a ton of fun. Definitely mechanical things I could improve on. But yeah, top boss and core is pretty much the worst thing. It's like, you've got the bottom boss, which will push down a lane with no keep onto core. You've got the top boss, which will push onto a keep and then onto core. You can take the top one and then pressure the bottom one. If they come fight the bottom one, the top one will destroy the keep and go onto the core. So they kind of have to defend that. You can take the bottom one, so you get the value of 2 bosses, and then you're pushing on core anyway. You get some keep damage for free too, and a bit of XP. It's pretty nice. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's like taking top boss and pushing in is pretty much the worst. It's pretty much the worst choice out of all the possible things. So we did okay on Valeera. We did pretty well, I guess, but definitely I definitely could have improved the combos and how we strung things together a little bit more. Just getting used to the particular talent build. I'd probably consider actually dropping subtlety and picking up a different level 1 talent. To be honest with you, because what I felt like the more I played Valeera and doing these more like in combat stealth attacks and stuff like that, you don't get the value out of subtlety. That's the problem. I kind of picked it up in this game anyway. I knew I was going to be doing that because I figured that the odd occasion where we would get a subtlety proc would be more than worth it. It's an interesting one. I think it is a very good talent, but you might get a little bit more value out of the others. I like initiative at level 4 an awful lot. I think it's pretty great. Then I'm considering definitely the Assassinate Death from Above builds at 7 and 13. Slice and Dice and Elusiveness are pretty decent as well. It's a tough choice. It depends on whether you want the lockdown and the blow up, or if you want like a bit more mobility and a bit more just like you're able to go a bit more ham on a particular target. It's an interesting decision. I honestly I think there are probably multiple viable builds, to be honest with you. Smoke Bomb I think is just the best, probably by far. And then at 16, pretty happy with Expose Armor. Though obviously we didn't get as much value out of it as we could because we weren't exactly perfect with our combos. Then level 20, I'm a big fan of Night Slayer, though I do quite like Cold Blood as well. I think it's pretty cool. Anyway, there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed a look at Valeera. I think she's a ton of fun. Very complicated hero. Definitely a very fast mechanical hero. Got a lot of decisions to make in terms of how you spend your energy. Like, do you use your W and save your Q for escape, or do you want to use your Q to generate a combo point and then have W to generate multiple combo points against multiple people? Which stealth opener do you want to use? They all have a place. It's pretty cool, man. It's pretty cool. There's a lot of stuff going on with Valeera. She's a ton of fun. Definitely a very high skill cap hero that you can play a lot of games on, get a lot of enjoyment out of in terms of mastering the hero. Yeah, I'd say, you know, there's probably unless you're like the best player in the world and you've played a ton of games on her, there's gonna always be like little bits of improvement that you can make, and I think that's fun. And she's just a ton of fun to play. So there you go. Give her a spin if you like her, and I will catch you all in the next game. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye bye.